Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my page, y'all. Welcome to the replay. Come on in, y'all. Happy Thursday. Today is August 7th, 2025. And we're going to be doing some Halloween stuff. I have been waiting very patiently to paint this. I've been waiting very patiently for Zach to cut it. So let me rephrase that. But whenever you get here, hit the heart button for me, y'all. Comment the word crew. C-R-E-W. And we're going to do the Boo Crew today. I'm really, really excited for this. Make sure you sprinkle this video. If you don't see a red box above my head, that means you are catching the replay. I will tell you right now, the item I'm using today is 25% off on Etsy through midnight. Midnight, August 7th. Okay, so make sure you snag it. It's going to be super cute, and I cannot wait to do it with y'all. Down below is a pinned comment. And it says comment crew to get all the details. It has the colors I'm using. It has the cutouts. It has a lot of other links where you can shop with us. But right below that is a link for you to join our broadcast channel. I just notified them that we are live. And we're going to get started. So say hey. I think we're going to use the transfer of the month. We call this our club transfer. I think we're going to use this on one of the little ghosts. I'm excited. Say hey, everybody. Hello, hello. All right, here we go. So I've got the transfer, the club transfer, and what we're going to do first is we're just kind of going to paint, let me see, I have a cardboard piece, y'all. Let me get myself together. I've got black velvet for the base. We're going to do this really quick, get this done, and then we're going to go in and work on our ghosts. But like I said, this will be 25% off until midnight on Etsy. It is, I think when I measured it, it's like 15 by 9, I think. It's a big sign. And I'll show you here in a minute because we're about to take it all apart and paint everything. And we're going to add the club transfer on it. For our girl ghost. Y'all, I have had my head down for most of the day. We have been planning the next 3 mini sale Mondays, and I have been painting. Painting like crazy. Super excited for that. What have y'all been doing today? Been very busy. Very, very busy. Hello, everybody. Welcome. All right, let's see if I can get this painted without painting my finger. We're going to flip this over. All right, so there is the base. So it is 2 stands. We're going to glue them together. We're going to set those up there. The dog does not want to leave the room. Thanks, Angie. She's fine. She's fine. Just shut the door. Just stay with me. Julie's getting ready to go camping. Whoops. Y'all, what's happening today? Everything is crashing down. Okay, so I just grabbed a little paper plate so I could just set my wet sponges in there because we may have to use that color again. And this is the sign we're doing. Boo Crew. Okay, so I'm going to grab my board. I call these my tape boards. And we're going to start putting all the pieces here on the tape. So all of these are going to be orange. Let's see. Canning beans and preparing for your daughter's visit. How fun. Sue is painting rounds, getting ready to chalk. I love that. All right. She has a bow that's going to be orange. This little brim is going to be orange. Okay, so that's going to be orange. Now we know all the little hands are going to be white. I'm going to set those over here. We've got 2 bats. So the bats are going to be a different color. We're going to do purple bats today. We've got yellow stars. And then we have our black eyeballs. But I think the little bow transfer from the club is going to be cute on her here in the middle. So we're going to add it to her. Okay, Boo Crew is going to be black. And then you're going to get these 2 little things. They have an S on them for the spacers. Okay, so you don't need to paint those. And then this is going to be like a green. This is going to be a green. This is going to be purple. This is going to be black. See what I'm doing, y'all? I just like separate all of my pieces. And then this guy, we're going to have to go in with a brush. Because we got to do all the different, what do you call that? Like the pattern, every other one. Does that make sense? I don't even know. So everything here is going to be black. And then this is going to be green. Okay. Orange, yellow, white. This is going to be black too. So I'm going to set that there. But we're going to start with the white ghosts. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our purple things here. And let's get to painting our ghosts. Hello, everybody. Our church is making a new cookbook. Oh, how fun, Deborah. That is awesome. That is so cool. All right, so I'm going to use bright white paste today to paint my ghost. And we really only need to paint up to like where the hat would be. And then, of course, all the way to the bottom. Down here. And then the girl ghost that's in the middle, she actually is double layered. Okay, so we don't need to worry about painting this. We only need to worry about painting this. The bow's going to go over this, and then this part right here where you see the inside the score marks is going to be where it has that banner, Boo Crew. So I don't need to worry about this, but I do need to worry about this. Okay? Hey, friends, stripes. Yes, thank you, Peggy. The words are not there. And then we don't need to worry about going all the way up here to the hat, because the hat is going to be black with the green stripes. So this is fairly easy to paint, in my opinion. Because remember, everything is a piece of a cutout up here. And then I do need to go all the way down to the bottom on this ghost. Okay, and I have got way too much paste. So I'm just going to slide it back into my jar, like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint that little bottom piece in white right here. Just like that. Okay, now I will tell you right now, the white is going to need another coat. Okay, but for right now, we're just going to hold off and we're going to transition over to, we're going to do her. Let me see if I have another board. No, I don't. No, I don't have another board. I have another board over there, but it has all my Mini Sew Monday cutouts. That's okay. We're going to go in and do Marmalade for Boo Crew. The bow as well. Y'all, look how much of this I've used. We just came out with this color a month ago. I feel very accomplished. All right. I'm just going to lightly drag my sponge brush over the cutout. All right, just like that. See what we're doing? Yeah, Christina needs ideas for dinner. Me too. I think tonight might be an order in night because we have so much going on. I have got to ground myself to this room and get to painting for Mini Sew Monday. ground myself. Oh, Zach's talking about to the boys right now. Zach, I give you, well, you don't need permission, but maybe some Mexican food, fajitas, no pizza, no sandwiches, hibachi, I don't know, no ramen, I don't even know. I don't even care. Y'all do whatever. And Angie says, me three. Y'all, tomorrow's Friday. Yippee! Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, that is orange. See how quickly we're doing this? You too can do this. 25% off the cutout. Okay, now I'm going to go in, but what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to grab these little sponge sticks. Tina went to the farmer's market and got some cheese bagels. Yummy. Talking, crafting, and reading at the same time is harder than it looks, I'm sure. You know, and there are times when I mean to say like one word and another word comes out. Like, for example, like I've said fuzz when I meant to say wax, or vice versa. Or I may say this is the color orange and it's really yellow. It is what it is. It you know, it takes a little bit of practice for sure. All right, so see, sponge, yellow. All right, now we're gonna do, I'm just gonna use the sponge for this. The Bring on the Friday, Teresa says, yes. If you guys shopped my Whatever Wednesday, last night in the VIP group, all invoices have been sent. Thank you guys so much. Pretty sure we sold everything. Chinese. Y'all can do that. I'll just have an egg sandwich. Nothing, honestly, Zach, nothing sounds good to me, so y'all do whatever. Okay, these are going to be purple. Purple, we're going to use Wisteria. Okay? Friday, that's right. All right, so I'm going to use another little sponge. These are on my Amazon favorite list. Hi, Debbie. So this is Wisteria. This will definitely need more than one coat, for sure. I did order groceries the other day, and I had stuff to make meatball subs. But guess what, y'all? I'm pretty sure my little delivery lady gave one of my bags to somebody else because I didn't get the meatballs, I didn't get the cheese, I didn't get the milk. I didn't get tater tots that I ordered to have with hamburgers one night. But thank goodness I just went on the little app and said, hey, I'm missing all these items, and they did an instant refund. So, Carrie, I do know some people that wash these sponges. I have never washed them, but I'm pretty darn sure, I mean, they feel like something similar to this. You just run it under some water and wring it out. And I'm sure you could. I never have. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to go on our third board. I need the yellow out still. I think I need this. This is going to be black. This is going to be black. I told my mom this morning that I was hot because Duran and I were in the shower. We were not in the shower. We were in the garden. Oh my gosh. She's probably like, Peggy, that is way too much TMI. Hey, Dana. Yeah, I've done that. Or sometimes one of my sons, he likes to rush in doing things, and I'll find like milk in the cabinet. Or I forget what we found the other day. Maybe like a stack of cups, as if he was like unloading the dishwasher. Yeah, it was funny. Not that that has anything to do with saying something different, but it reminded me like things being in the wrong spot, or you saying the wrong thing and meaning something else. All right, so this is black velvet. This coats extremely well. I'm just trying not to get too much on there. It will take longer to dry the more paste you use, but honestly, with the black velvet, you don't need to use a whole lot. It's pretty amazing stuff. All right, let's do the little hat pieces here. And then we're going to transition over to our green. And yes, I'm going to cheat, and I'm using Gravity. It was a color of the month from the past. That's why it's important that you guys grab all of those. All right. Now, I do need to do the black hat. You say the wrong holiday. Hey, Jeannie. Uh-oh, that's not good, Zach. Maybe it doesn't like me. All right, here we go. Black hat. Good to go. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, who knows? Yesterday, it kicked me off. There's no telling. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to come back over here, and we're going to look at our ghost. I know we still need to do our green, like I said, but give me a second. I need to make sure these are dry before we go in and do our second coat. I washed my sponge sticks, and it works great as long as it hasn't started drying. That's good. Good to know, Miss D. Thanks for the information. I was going to say information, but it started to come out as inspiration. Yeah, whoa. Okay, so I'm going to do one more coat of the white. Just because it's a little bit on the lighter side. I just want to make sure that it's even Steven. Like so. Okay? Then we're going to do it again, but we're going to do it on the other side. Y'all, Zach has been busting a move, man. I told you guys the way our process works here is, like basically every new season, we just got done with Christmas in July. He goes and he cuts tons of stuff. Tons. And we lay it out on the counter. And we go through it and I'm like, yay, nay, whatever. We don't have a lot of nays. We maybe have one or two right now. But then we make groups, like group 1, group 2, group 3. And those are the mini sale Monday weeks. We do it every other week. So we have, so far, 3 mini sale Mondays planned out, or cutouts. It's pretty awesome. So thanks, Zach. Thanks for that. And then he cut me a bunch of things for cutout of the week that I can pull from. He's pretty rad like that. Hey, Autumn girl. How's the house selling going? All right, we're going to go in and paint this little lady here. And you really only need to paint the bottom and the top of this. Here comes the bowl in a china shop again. Come show them, but don't knock anything off around, please. You can come show them. No, why? Zach got a new thing today to add to his shop, y'all. Can anybody tell me what's from? Ooh, that's nice. I'm sure they're going to guess because I can see that. It's just the lathe. Here, off the rug, man.
Not ready for you to sit on yet. She's like, I don't want to sit on it. I want to sit here behind mom.
Yeah, and trip me. How often do I put distilled water in my paste? Kind of just depends. If it's a color that I don't use a whole lot, I probably have to put it in more often. Yep, Melinda Wilson, Star Wars. Yes, we have a new rug for his shop. Y'all, it's like a well-oiled machine out there. It's going to be awesome. I love going to work out there. Okay, let's do the bottom. And this probably is going to be it. Because I'm kind of doing like a second coat on her. But we'll see. I'm a mess. What's new? Yes, Deborah, exactly. Yes. We sat down one night and he's like, which one do you want? And I'm like, I don't care. You pick whatever you want. Okay, now, next step. Our little lady is going to go somewhere. We're going to put her over here on top of the black because the black should be dry. But what we're going to do is we're going to revisit this one with the orange because I know that we need to go over the hands, the little ghost hands. I don't know what you call them. It's a hand for the ghost, okay? All right, and then we need to do our, what is it called? Wisteria. We're going to do it again. So like Christina, you asked about the water. So for example, this jar right here I have in my hand, this Wisteria. I haven't used this in a little bit. And I had to put distilled water in it. So, I mean, if it's a jar that I'm using quite often, I typically don't have to put water. Hopefully that helps answer your question. All right, there is Wisteria. I am going to do another coat of yellow. Missy, he got it on Amazon. He's got 2 other rugs in there that are Star Wars that he got from Amazon. And they are really nice quality. All right, there's a little, like, not belt buckle, but the hat buckle. Okay, so the yellow's done, so I can officially put it up. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Linda. Hello, Stacy. I haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, I think we're done with our white. Now we need to see what the orange looks like. I mean, it's a tad bit streaky. Let's just do it to be safe. I hear him in the garage trying to put that rug down. Now it's complete. All right, let's do the bow. And then we'll let this dry. And then we will work on the girl ghost and apply our club transfer. Give her some bows. Because, you know, she's bowlicious. Alright, okay, you know what happened? There was some white on this. And it lightened up my O. did it on the bead too. Holy cow. Yes, Missy. It's a pretty big deal. Okay, let me just make sure the white did not go to any other section. Marmalade, I'm gonna need to jar this. Yes, Dana. You know what? I kind of do too. Okay, I'm gonna close this because I'm very low on that, and I don't want to. I don't want that to dry because I need to use it again. All right, so we're gonna grab our little girl. I know we still have to do our green and our black, and we will. Who's drinking their water? Thanks for sprinkling, Barbara. Y'all just comment CREW, C-R-E-W. This entire cutout is 25% off until midnight. Grab it now. I think it makes it like $15, y'all. This is a good deal. Zach is spoiling y'all. All right, I really want to make sure this is dry. If your cutouts are ever cold, that means they're not dry yet. Hi, Sally. And look, we have glasses. I love ghosts with glasses. Well, who am I kidding? I like everything with glasses. Now this little girl right here, because we're going to put a transfer on, what do we need to apply? What needs to go down on that? All right, I need to use this, so I'm going to take off the black pieces. Hey, Jean. Hey, Maureen. And I'm going to throw these on. And I think what we might do, let me get one coat of the Gravity on here. Yes, we need to wax it. Now, y'all, whenever I'm doing stripes, I like to use a flat tip brush to go along the edges. It just makes it easier for me so that I don't go over the edge. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I go right along that line. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to work on the other side and follow along the edge. Now, I know our friend Carol, I don't know if she's on here, but she uses, I think, a angled brush for this. Okay, and then pretty much the whole thing is, the whole stripe is covered, painted. And then we'll go in and we'll do the black once the green is dry. Okay, check it out. That's the easiest way for me. Now, I do need to get a little bit more over there. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I want to use this same brush. Missy, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So I'm going to grab a paper towel because I want to keep that flat tip nice and straight. Okay. Then I want to dry this. And now we're going to do the black. And then over here, I'm just going to use those little foam sticks. All right, so now, let me close this. I know we still got to use this. Hi, Melinda. Now we're going to go work with our black, okay? And we're going to do the same thing. Just a little bit skinnier area to work with. So I'm actually going to turn my brush on its side. And then once I get to a bigger, like a wider area of the cutout, then I'll straighten it out. Now, you could use markers if you want for this. Sometimes I just don't care for the colors of markers that I have when it comes to like what I want. So a lot of times I just opt for the paint. Or in this case, the paste. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over. And now we're going to go along that other side, that other edge. And what I tried to do is I tried to do the darkest color last so that in case I do go over the other color, it's not that big of a deal. Because you're not going to see the green underneath the black, if that makes sense. So like when I'm doing like candy canes, I'll do all of it white, and then I'll go in and do my red stripes right over the top of the white. I'm sure there's other ways, but that's just that works best for me. All right, and now that little hat is done, and it is so cute. Look, it does really pop. Okay, so I think we're done with that guy. Now I just need to do the glasses and the little, I don't know, I think it's like a lollipop thing. Lollipop topper. Hi, Carol. All right, so I'm going to grab a little bit of this. And we're just going to work our way around this little topper here. Making sure that it's all coated. May have to do a second coat because I'm kind of brushing it off at the same time. That's why I like using these on little bitty cutouts. I just feel more in control. Okay, let's try it and see if we need another coat. Okay, Darcy does her candy canes like that too. Awesome. So I'm not the only one. All right, we definitely need another coat there. And on the glasses. Not so much on the hat because I used a paintbrush. I was actually painting it on versus like sponging it on and then kind of wiping it away, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. All right, then we should be done with the green. Okay. Hot dog, y'all. Okay, everything is painted. Now the fun part. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to go ahead and get my Mr. Pen out. And we are going to...
I don't need to subtract anything from
No,
this.
sir.
Awesome.
Already done that.
You're awesome.
You're awesome. Did you get your rug down?
Yeah, I have it out here in the hallway.
Oh, I thought it was in the shop.
No, it's too beautiful to put out there right now.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Nothing. These to make sure I'm not crazy. No, these are there still.
Those are in the living room.
Thank you.
Because you know, we have cutouts in every room in this house.
You still have what I brought you today.
All right, Mr. Pen cleans my edges. Okay, and then what I like to use is this little bitty one. It's not in there. It is back here somewhere to go around the eyeballs. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. We are going to take a white sander, smooth out the top of her. Sometimes whenever I use a sponge brush, it's not that smooth. Okay, how do you decide what kind of paint to use? I get that question so often, Debbie. You're not supposed to ask that. Just kidding. I'm using the paste today because I'm going to put a transfer on this. Now, I honestly thought about using this Sour Apple Deco Art Americana color for the hat and the lollipop thingy and the glasses, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cheat and I'm going to use Gravity, which is that retired color, because you know what? You only live once, right? Now, if I'm doing a full-blown like cut out paint, like no transfer, I typically will use this this brand. However, if I don't have a color in this brand that I need, like when I do the ducks, for example, I always use Bumblebee, just because it's going to coat a lot better than this bright yellow. This is going to take about 582 coats versus Bumblebee, which takes one. Hope that helps. Okay. But like I said, if I don't have the color in acrylic, then I typically will go towards the chalk paste. But I don't always. No, you're fine, Debbie. It's a joke. I don't always just paint with our paste. Not always. Sometimes it's too thick. But I do know people that's all they use. Not me. All right, y'all ready? We're going to add the club transfer to her. Let's see what it looks like. You are welcome. I hope it made sense. Okay, so this is the bow trellis pattern. You can only get this in the month of August. You must be a club subscriber in order to get that. Or to get this, okay? You cannot just go purchase this on my chalk website. It's not how it works. You must be a member of the club to get this. So if you want more information about this, it comes with 2 ink colors, a mini squeegee, and you get... I don't know if y'all saw the finished piece because, you know, I got shut out yesterday, but this is what we made. You get these 2 little bags. They come blank like this with your club kit this month. Aren't these so stinking cute? Like, these are going to be my, like, new little travel pouches. Like, we're going to Chicago in less than a month. I'm going to use this. Like, that could probably hold a couple cards, right? Like credit cards. I don't know. See. All right, here we go. We're going to take this and we're going to put this right here on our little girl ghost. Now you're only going to see this part and then everything up here. So what I'm going to try and do, well, first of all, let me get this straight. I want to put it right there. Okay, and we're going to use, where'd it go? Did I put it away? I want to use berry. What did I do with it, y'all? Did it fall? Oh, it's right here. All right, we're going to grab a mini squeegee, and we're going to take this paste, and we're going to put this color all over her. We're going to make her look extra special. Now, she does have a bow that's going to go up here, so you won't see all the way up here towards the top, but it's fine. It's the thought that counts, right? All right, put the rest back into your jar, and we're going to fill this up. Oh my goodness. She's so beautiful. Look at her. We're twins. Thanks, Ollie. All right, now we're going to clean this. You know, the whole point of these silkscreen transfers is to use them over and over and over again. What was that? Okay, here we go. Third time's a charm. Good Lord. Yes, that color is wisteria. I think I probably said berry earlier. It's not berry. It's wisteria. There I go, Peggy, saying the wrong thing. All right, take your board eraser. These come 2 to a pack on my website. And then I'm going to flip this over and we're going to clean the back. Just like this. And we're going to take a paper towel and we're going to dry it off, okay? Thanks, guys. All right, here we go. Clean off all that water. Okay, and then we're going to set that aside. We're going to lay our transfer sticky side facing up. Okay, now we're going to take our white shiny side and we're going to apply that to our sticky side, lining up the corners, lining up the edges, flatten it out. Make sure that you do not have any air bubbles. And then I like to keep mine right here in the little plastic sleeve that it comes in. So I just fold that flap in. And then I just slide it in there, kind of shape it like a U, and then make sure my corners do not come up. Take that flap out, and there it is. And I actually keep mine in the little folder that it comes in, the little envelope. Okay? It's pretty awesome. And then we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to put all of this together now. And that is my favorite part, like assembling everything. I have too many jars in here. All right, I'm going to let her sit there. We are going to get rid of this. I think I'll save those today. But only today. But you know, I normally don't do that. All right, we're going to start with this guy right here. And I see that I have a ton of paste chilling right here in the crack. So that needs to come out. Okay, grab your Mr. Pen, clean up your edges. Go all the way around. Didn't do too bad, y'all. Not too shabby. Make sure you even go in between the ghosts, like right here. Now this is where those smaller markers come in handy. Because Mr. Pen is a little bit large and in charge. So I'm just going to take that there, that there. We're going to flip it this direction. Go there, go there. See if there's any down here. Okay, so this one is good to go. Now, we don't need to worry about the black. We are going to worry about all of these pieces. So this is where you're probably going to spend most of your time, on the smaller pieces. But you know what? Just take your time. I'm in no rush. Are y'all in a rush? You just go around them. Pretty simple, y'all. Again, take your time. Do not rush your crafts. It's supposed to be relaxing, not stressful. Now, if you have to be somewhere in 30 minutes and you started a project and you're supposed to take that project with you, that's on you, Ricky Bobby, because you started too late. Haven't seen you. Thanks, Susan. Thank you so much. Where have you been? I've had a lot of people pop on recently that said, oh my gosh, I haven't been on here forever. Like my page or Facebook? Because we've been here this whole time. We haven't gone anywhere. We show up every day, multiple times, right, folks? All right, Boo Crew is almost done. I've got a lot of paste there. So that's another thing, Debbie. Painting with your paste, and if you do get it on the edges, sometimes you get it so thick. Just make sure that you get rid of it. Otherwise it just looks, I don't know, looks tacky. All right, the orange is done. That was marmalade that we used. And now we're going to go around the little hat buckle, whatever this is called. Then we're going to do the stars. And number 2. And I know people that paint their edges. So paint your edge. Whatever suits your fancy. I've just never been one to paint the edges. Zach sometimes paints the edges. You got nowhere to be but right here with me. Oh, look, I said a rhyme. Should be a rapper. All right, let's do our wisteria. Now, some of these pieces, because they're going to be bumped up against two other pieces, you don't always have to do this because you won't see. But sometimes you won't know until you get the pieces glued together, if that's the case. So you do you. All right, look, we're done with one piece of cardboard. Holy cow. Okay, we've got this right here. Let's see. Now we need to bring back our little hat. Let me just make sure I don't have any green. The glasses look absolutely horrible, so we're going to do the entire thing. Inside and out. And by inside, I mean like the inner rim. These are some very fashionable glasses, y'all. Green. The marker, this marker I'm using is Overseas brand marker, like literally Overseas, is what it's called. I can put the link in the comments, or you can just comment the word Crew, and you will get there's a link in there for my favorite items. That's where you can find them, or something similar. Just posted it. I'm that one, little pinky edges. Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I just never have. And then some of y'all paint the back of your projects. More power to you. All right, we have eyeballs. Kira, you're back. What are you doing, Kira? Yeah, that's an awful spot to sit. I know it's about time for you to eat, but now is not the time, ma'am. Because you're really in the way. You need to get out. Okay, I want to go find your dad. Come on, move. Go. I need a white marker because I want to add some polka dots to this. There's a fly in here. Get out of here. I'm going to do a lot. Kira, out. You're in the way. I need over there. Go. White polka dots there. Come on, move. All right, let me grab my Distress Oxide here, guys. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to use white. Yeah, that is YouTube, you know. That's why I said it. Okay, so I'm going to take a white. We're going to do white all the way around the orange letters. Because this is going to go on that black, like banner looking thing. It's really going to pop. Kira, go see your father. And this is the white Distress Oxide. It's hard to find, but when you find it, it's not the cheapest. But everybody needs a white in their life when it comes to this stuff, because it truly makes your projects next level, in my opinion. Oh, go get him. Go get him. He's calling you. Oh. She ain't falling for that. What time is it? Yep, 4:58. On the dot. Every day. She comes over and she starts circling me. She starts booping me with her nose. She just hangs out right by me like, Mom, it's time. Not today, lady. You're on my time. Hi, Sandy Porter. How are you? You know what? I was thinking about you today. Random, right? It's like, I don't know if I've seen Sandy on much. But then again, I don't always see everybody's comments. All right, let me see if this is dry. We're going to go in and add some of this now that the polka dots are on to our little brim, or whatever this is, band. Okay, we have the ghost. I have 2 purples here. Let's add it to our little top hat. Let's add it to the brim of the hat. Like so. This is to the other guy. All right. Now we have this hat, the green and the black one. Okay, actually on this one, I'm going to go in and kind of just follow the lines of the stripes. I don't know if y'all can see that. Use white paint and dry brush the edges because I am too cheap. I get it. You know what? I tried to do that a long time ago. Missy cracks me up. I've tried like taking the paint with a brush and doing that, but it turned out to be a total disaster. I was not a fan at all. All right, now we're going to go in with our black, and I always like to add, like to my Santas or to my ghosts, I like to go around the edges. Really anything that's white. And just use my little finger daubers. And then now I need to get inside here. And inside here to get all of their edges. Okay, now we're going to see if this is dry. Yep, and it feels dry. This is the one we use our club transfer on. And we're going to do the same thing all the way around. Just to add a little bit of definition to it. We're making it look like it's not as perfect, I guess. Not that my stuff is perfect, but y'all know what I mean. A little dingy. Okay, now, I need to go in and I need to paint black right here for her eyes. Okay? I am also going to do it on the hands, so they stand out. And let's do it on the purple. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. Because this is going to go on the... No, that's not it. Is this the one that's going underneath that one? I think so. All right, let's add a little bit of character to our bats. And there are the wings. This is the part I love, y'all. Might be boring to some of y'all, but that's okay. I don't really care. This, again, is what I think take your projects to the next level. Okay, let's see. Will black show up on this? Yeah. And then we'll do our little, I don't even know what this is. Lollipop topper. Just gonna kind of do that. Got our buckle. Woo! The one thing we haven't done. And I know I grabbed purple and I don't know that we're gonna use it. I have not done this. Yes, D. Well, it's like this. Do I spend $20 on ink pad or $20 on A to Z? You know what, Deb? You've got priorities. I would love that. All right, so I'm just going to go through and go around this. Now, Mini Sale Monday, I don't know if y'all recall a couple weeks ago, y'all helped me like put together some fall bundles. We're now going to be selling those. So that is Monday. What day is that? 11th? Is it the 11th on Monday? Or 12th? And go around the lollipop. All right. Woo. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate you. Okie doke, friends. Here we go. Y'all ready? I know we're going to go back. We're going to do some detailing. For the eyes, all I'm going to do... let me see if I capture that circle. Just by doing that. Didn't. All right, we're going to let that dry. Okay, we're going to take this little, I don't know, I call this a banner. Hey, Cheryl. Do you have a link on getting the markers and things to use? Yes, I do, Edie. It's there in my, comment the word crew. It should be there. Or, you know what? You might be able to get to it from here. Try that. Teresa loves her Mr. Pen. Mr. Pen is special. All right, let's glue our letters down. With our Stick Fast. And I'm going to have to put on my readers, y'all. So tell me if you guys can click that link. That will show you most of my stuff. All right, a little bit of this goes a long way. So don't use too much. I'm very parched today. Thanks, Sandy. Yep, this thing is 25% off until midnight. I think it ends up being like only $15. So make sure you snag it. And that's midnight of August 7th, 2025. Press and hold. And then we have two O's. And I think they're a little different. One is bigger than the other. Maybe. No, it's just my eyes. They're the same size. Just kidding. Okay. Press and hold those down. Then we've got the B. Okay. Now remember this little green thing? This goes right here. Let me see. I'm missing. Oh wait, no. It's the hand I'm thinking I'm missing. We're not missing a hand. I mean, the hand's not glued yet. All right, so the hands go right here. Now, let me see. Are these all the same too? Right there, right there. I think they're all the same. So let's go ahead and work on these. Line them up. Press and hold. Wish the bottle of Stick Fast knew that a little goes a long way. I know, it's awful, right? It's a love-hate relationship with Stick Fast. For sure. Ask Deb, she knows. But y'all, get you one of those scrub daddies, like from the Shark Tank. You find them anywhere. Take that with some water and soap and scrub off your Stick Fast from your hands, and it works like magic. In fact, I'm pretty sure we keep one in the shower. Oh, the hand's right here, duh. All right, there is that. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we've got all of this to piece together. Eyeballs, all the things. We are going to give this some, like, dots. Hi, Marilee. How are you? And that's all we're going to do. Like, to this, at least. Just give it some highlights. I love doing this. Just adds so much to it. Don't y'all think? All right, so there is that. Okay, so Boo Crew, this part is done. Check it out. Boo Crew, baby. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to grab these little things that have an S. These are spacers, and on your board it says spacer. You may not be able to see it from the camera right now. But all you're going to do is you're going to take that and you're just going to lay it down inside that oval. It's going to create like another level of cutout so that your little banner sticks there, like on top of it. Okay. Then, grab my glasses, because now we're going to glue the little dots. And I'm pretty sure they're all the same size. And you're just going to glue these on. Boo Crew. All right, now before I do those, I'm going to go ahead and take the glasses and I'm going to put the dots on there. Lots of glue. Press and hold those down, and now we'll go in with our eyes. Y'all, I think this is going to be so cute. Everyone needs one of these in their life. Especially at $15 only. That's a steal. Zach's feeling very nice today. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down. This is our girl that we added our bow trellis pattern to, our silk screen transfer. We're going to line her up here. Like so. Press and hold. Right. Now I see where like some of the paste went over the edge. I can just fix that with a marker. Okay, and then we have her bow. I'm going to actually flip this around. Yes, everyone needs one. Go get it on Etsy. 25% off until midnight. It's a steal, y'all. It's a big one. Okay, there's that. Then we're going to work on, okay, is it this guy who has this hat? This guy right here. Whoa. We're just going to glue this down. And this is what I love about these cutouts that Zach does is, like, you just pick it apart and paint it, and then you glue it right on top of each other. This makes it so much easier. Press and hold. Then you just start layering all the things. There's our purple, and then this is where we're going to go in with our striped hat. Line it up. So stinking cute. I'm in love with this. Now, this is my kind of Halloween decoration. Let me just clean out these lines just to help with it. Okay. All right, next step. I'm going to add a little bit of stuff to this. Thanks, y'all. I love it. I think it's really cute. Okay, now we're going to work on this hat. Like so. And then we're going to add some dots to the actual hat itself. Kind of going opposite there. And then we are going to add one of the stars right here to the hat. Right there. And then we have our little buckle. It's going to go right there on the purple. Dun, 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 dun. So cute. Now we have a couple things left. We've got this hat that we need to work on. And we're almost done, y'all. Press and hold. And then I'm going to take my little orange piece that I added the polka dots to. place that right over here. This is his little hat band. And then we're going to add a bat to his hat. A bat to his hat. And then we're going to add a star. Okay, and then we're going to like fix this up real quick. Like so.
Your pumpkin, or your ghost is very cute.
Thanks, Zach. Did y'all decide on dinner?
No,
No, okay.
I'm just going to make a decision.
Zach is just going to make a decision.
That's not CC's or Chick-fil-A. So it's going to be grilled cheese and tomato soup for everyone.
I'm fine with that. If we only have that. Okay, here we go. We're going to flip this around. I'm going to glue the hat on. Press and hold. Y'all hit the heart button if you love this. Oh, we gotta add our boot through. Just trying to make sure this is straight. Press and hold this down. And now we're gonna add this piece right here. Okay. And we're going to put glue right here on the spacers. Thank you, Sue. Me too, girl. I just think it adds just so much. Let me add some glue right there. I'm going to line it up, press and hold. Right there. Oh, it's so cute. So cute. But you know what we didn't add? Hold on. I always recommend doing this before you glue your stuff on. They need blush. Not that guy. Because this would be all the way down here. All right. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So cute. Okay, we have one more thing to add, and it's the last bat. And it's gonna go right down here. Yo, this is so cute. Thank you. Oh, they're so precious. Okay, now we have stands. Where'd I put the stands? So stands, anytime I get a prototype, and when I say prototype, that's the first cut that Zach makes of this. Sometimes I get the rejects, so we have to make adjustments. So we're going to see what happens. But here's what I do with my stands. I glue them down, and I immediately go in and put my sign in the stand. Okay? Because I want to make sure that it fits for one. All right. Now, then what I typically do is take it out. This one I don't know is coming out. It's not coming out. It's fine. It will in a minute, but I don't want to. I'm going to have him make that a little bit wider. But y'all, look at this. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? And it's large and in charge, and it is only $15 today, August 7th, 2025. Comment the word CREW, CREW. Go check your messenger. In your messenger, the second link will be our link to Etsy, and there's no code needed. You get this 25% off until midnight. Tonight, August 7th. The first link in the message is all the colors I used. Okay? Thanks, Angie. Thank you, thank you. So, I hope you guys get it. Super fun to make. Very easy to paint. Just a little bit time consuming. So, we will see you guys next time. Have a great evening. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye, friends.